When I made this proposal in Chapter 2, I anticipated that there would be all kinds of attacks on its feasibility. And indeed, I've experienced this just in discussions that I've had with my colleagues. A lot of people will say that this approach is not feasible, and I just don't agree with them. I think that's an excuse. And for many years, we litigated marital misconduct in our courts. You can go back and read cases as late as the 1970s, places like Illinois and other states, where courts regularly adjudicated these matters. And what some people will say is, well, that was very inefficient, right? Because you'd have parties litigating and arguing over whether their spouse had committed adultery, and you'd have private investigators involved. And some of this was just kind of creepy and weird. And I get that objection, but here's the thing. I would respond in a couple ways. First of all, the way we do divorce now is a disaster. That's why I think it's a little bit disingenuous when people attack the feasibility of this proposal. Because the way we do divorce is already a disaster. It's so costly. I think it's a racket. I think it's so expensive for the parties involved. Both parties, as I've mentioned, suffer tremendously in terms of their finances. So divorce is already really bad. The divorce adjudications are already awful, in my opinion. So if we went back to at least some idea of marital misconduct, not only would it disincentivize those behaviors, but hopefully it would cut down on the overall amount of divorce that we have in society. Again, it's far too easy for a party to just leave and still be rewarded financially, or it's too easy for a party to engage in marital misconduct and still be rewarded financially in spite of that conduct. This is definitely feasible. It's definitely doable. We just lack the will to do it. And the real reason is not that these reforms are not feasible. It's that people don't want to do them because it contradicts a lot of their ideas, their incorrect ideas about life and about gender and everything else. And all of these bad ideas have culminated in the terrible laws and the terrible way that we approach divorce.